You never like shortcuts. If we get there too quickly, we'll miss the best part, you'd always say. So we'd cross the little bridge, walk through the neighborhood park, stop to watch ducks on the pond, or spend 10 minutes looking at books we had no intention of buying. Somehow we were never late. Life just seemed to make room for people who weren't in a hurry. The sidewalks remembered our footsteps. The trees changed their colors without asking us to notice, but we always did. The days didn't become beautiful because they were different. They became beautiful because we paid attention. We always chose the longer way, just to keep the conversation going. One more street, one more smile, one more reason to stay outside. Love was never about reaching somewhere. It was always about walking together. One evening, the wind grew colder, so you borrowed my scarf. You wore it for the rest of the winter, insisting it was warmer than yours. Months later, you handed it back. It still smelled faintly of coffee and cedar trees. I never washed it right away, not because I couldn't let go, because it reminded me that happiness sometimes leaves the gentlest traces. We found a tiny bakery hidden down an alley. We never noticed the owner's smile. First time here, you answered probably, but hopefully not the last. It wasn't. The best places rarely appear on travel guides. They appear when you're walking beside the right person. We always chose the longer way, and somehow it became our story. Every detour turned into another favorite memory. If I could relive one ordinary season, I'd choose every slow afternoon with you all over again. People ask where happiness lives. I've stopped trying to explain. It's somewhere between a warm loaf of bread, a quiet street, a shared umbrella, and someone who never minds walking a little farther. We always chose the longer way. Now I understand why the destination was never the important part. It was the laughter between intersections, the pauses before crossing the street, the conversations that wandered just like we did. So even now, when I have nowhere special to go, I still take the longer way home, just in case life has another beautiful surprise waiting around the next corner. The cafe was almost closing when we finally stood to leave. The chairs were stacked, the lights turned low, and someone quietly swept the floor. You reached for the door, then stopped for a moment. Let's leave it open just a little longer. A cool evening breeze slipped inside, carrying the scent of rain-soaked streets and fresh bread from the bakery next door. The owner smiled, no rush. Neither of us needed one. We stepped outside, but didn't go anywhere. We watched the last customers disappear into the night, listening to the little bell above the door ring one final time. Some endings never feel like endings. They simply become another beginning. Hope rarely knocks loudly. Most of the time it waits quietly by an open door. We left the door open just enough for tomorrow to find us, for one more conversation, one more cup of coffee, one more ordinary afternoon waiting to become something unforgettable. Sometimes the best way to hold on is simply to leave room for life to come back. The streetlights painted long reflections across the wet pavement. A bicycle rolled past, someone laughed from an upstairs apartment. A train sounded far beyond the river. The whole city was settling down, not into silence, into peace. You looked up at the stars beginning to appear. They've been here every night. You said, we're just finally looking. I thought about that all the way home. How many beautiful things spend years waiting patiently to be noticed. Gratitude is simply paying attention long enough to see what's already there. We left the door open and somehow the lights stayed on. Not because we were afraid of the dark, because we believe someone else might need a little warmth. That's the kind of love you taught me, the kind that quietly welcomes. If tomorrow looks different, that's okay. If the roads change, that's okay. If life surprises us even better, because every beautiful chapter I've ever lived began with a door I almost didn't open. We left the door open, and I think that's how I'll always live. Making one more cup, saving one more chair, taking one more slow walk, believing the next smile could change everything. The night grows still. The little bell rings once more as the breeze moves gently through. I turn back, smile to myself, and leave the door just a little open. I used to think the best places were somewhere far away. A quiet coast, a mountain road, a little cafe hidden on a side street. Then I met you, and somehow every place became worth remembering. Not because of where we were, because you were there. We spent an afternoon browsing a tiny bookstore, reading first pages without buying anything. You slipped a bookmark inside one novel and whispered, maybe someone will need this quote someday. It simply said, take your time. I wondered if you knew you were saying the same thing to my life. The heart rarely remembers addresses. It remembers how someone made the world feel. You were my favorite place long before I ever realized it. Not a city, not a shoreline, not a house filled with perfect things. Wherever you smiled, The world felt like home. The afternoon drifted slowly toward evening. A street musician played an old melody. A bicycle bell echoed down the square. Someone set fresh flowers outside a little shop. The whole neighborhood seemed to breathe at the same pace. You stopped to watch a little girl trying to teach her grandfather how to skip. Neither of them got very far. Both of them couldn't stop laughing. You whispered, I hope I'm still learning new things when I'm 80. I hope I'm there to see it. The words escaped before I could think about them. You looked at me, smiled, and somehow that answer was enough. Love doesn't always arrive as certainty. Sometimes it quietly grows into it. You were my favorite place, where every ordinary day found a little more color. The coffee tasted warmer, the evenings stayed longer, even silence felt welcome. That's what home always sounded like. Years pass, streets change, people move, the names on old cafes disappear, but kindness keeps its address. And so do you. You were my favorite place, not because you stayed forever, because you taught me that wherever love is honest, even the simplest afternoon can become a destination worth spending a lifetime trying to remember. Now every road feels a little friendlier, every sunrise a little softer, every tomorrow a little brighter. Because once, without even knowing, you became the place my heart still calls home. Home. The forecast promised sunshine, but the clouds had other plans. You looked up, caught the first raindrop, and only smiled. Looks like the sky changed its mind. So we folded the map back up, left the umbrellas in the car, and started walking without caring where the sidewalk ended. The rain was never heavy, just enough to blur the city lights into watercolor. You reached out, tracing little circles across the fogged cafe window. I've always liked rainy days, you said. They make everyone slow down. I think that's why I like them too. Some storms take things away, others quietly give something back. We learn the language of rain, listening instead of running. Every drop felt like a sentence only patient hearts could understand. No thunder, no hurry, just the sky telling us to stay a little longer. Inside the cafe smelled like cinnamon and fresh coffee. A couple played chess near the fireplace. Someone turned the page of a thick old novel. The radio whispered a forgotten love song. No one seemed eager to leave, neither were we. You wrapped both hands around your mug and asked if this day never changed with that sunshine. Sometimes it wears a raincoat. We learned the language of rain where silence never felt empty. Every quiet street became a conversation. Every puddle held another sky. The world didn't become smaller, it simply became easier to notice. Years later, whenever rain finds my window, I never close the curtains. I make coffee sit still and let the afternoon take its time. Because somewhere inside every gentle shower, there's still a little of us. We learn the language of rain, and I still speak it without trying. In slow mornings, in warm cafes, in books read beside windows, in walks that don't need a destination. The rain begins again. People hurry past. I smile, take one slow breath, and let the sky finish its beautiful story. You smiled across the table like the morning had been waiting. The coffee hadn't even arrived yet. Somehow the day already felt complete. Outside, the city hurried from one appointment to the next. Inside, we had nowhere more important to be. You unfolded a little paper bag filled with warm pastries. I bought one extra, you said, in case today turns out better than we expected. I laughed, it already has. Sometimes joy doesn't arrive with a celebration. Sometimes it simply takes the empty seat across from you. The smile I carried home stayed with me all night, long after the cafe closed, long after the streets grew quiet. Some moments don't ask to be remembered, they simply refuse to be forgotten. We wandered through familiar streets, reading the names on tiny shops we'd somehow never noticed before. An old tailor swept his doorway, a florist placed fresh tulips outside the entrance. A musician played a gentle melody that floated between the buildings like it had nowhere else to be. You stopped, closed your eyes and listened until the last note disappeared. I like songs that don't hurry, you whispered, so do I. Though I wasn't only talking about the music. The best conversations often happen after no one feels the need to fill the silence. The smile I carried home made every street feel warmer. Even the evening breeze seemed to know something beautiful had happened. Not because the day was perfect, because it was real. Years from now I won't remember the price of the coffee or what jacket I was wearing. I'll remember the way you laughed before finishing like everyone deserved a little kindness that changed me more than you'll ever know. The smile I carried home never stayed inside that cafe. It followed me into tomorrow, into quieter mornings, into longer walks, into every chance I had to make someone else feel seen. Maybe that's what love leaves behind. Not only memories, but a gentleness that keeps traveling long after the day is over. There's an old bench by the river, paint chipped by years of rain. Most people pass without looking, already on their way. But every time I walk by, I slow down without a thought. Some places keep a heartbeat long after everyone is gone. You used to bring a paper bag of pastries, still warm from the bakery. Around the corner, you always broke yours in half before taking the first bite. Everything tastes better when it's shared. You never knew how often I'd remember that simple sentence. The smallest words have the longest echoes when they're spoken with an open heart. Meet me at the bench by the river, where the water never hurries by. We'll let the afternoon tell its stories, watching clouds rewrite the sky. No grand occasion, no reason at all, just you, just me, and enough time to hear the quiet call. The breeze carried the scent of pine, mixed with fresh coffee from somewhere nearby. A cyclist waved, a little dog stopped to greet us as if we belonged to that corner of the world. You leaned back and closed your eyes. Listen, I did. At first I heard nothing, then everything, the current, the birds, the leaves, a train far across town. Life had been singing the whole time. I had just been too busy to notice. Peace isn't the absence of sound, it's finally hearing what matters. Meet me at the bench by the river, where ordinary days feel wide enough to dream, where every passing season leaves behind a different shade of hope. If tomorrow comes too quickly, we'll simply walk a little slower. The river will understand. I used to think memories were something we carried. Now I think they carry us through heavy days, through quiet nights, through every season that asks us to keep believing. Meet me at the bench by the river, even if only in your thoughts. We'll watch the evening lights dance across the water like they always have. Some places never stop welcoming us, not because they remember our names, but because they remember how we felt. And maybe in the end, that's the truest map a heart could ever to follow. You looked at your watch, then laughed. I don't think today needs one. So you slipped it into your jacket pocket, and somehow I did the same. The city kept moving, buses arrived, lights changed. People hurried from one place to another. But for us, the afternoon stopped counting. We found a tiny cafe hidden behind an old brick building. The menu was handwritten, the cups didn't match a sleepy orange cat curled up near the front window. You whispered, I think this place has been waiting for us. I believed you. Sometimes the best discoveries are the ones no one planned. The day we forgot about time, nothing important was late. The coffee stayed warm enough, the laughter lasted long enough. The sky turned golden exactly when it should. Maybe life was never asking to be faster, only fuller. We wandered through quiet streets, stopping whenever something caught our attention. An old bicycle covered in ivy, a record store playing music onto the sidewalk, a little boy trying to fly a paper airplane against the wind. You smiled at every one of those moments, as if the world had left them there just for us. Wonder doesn't disappear when we grow older. We simply forget to slow down enough to see it. The day we forgot about time, the hours forgot about us too. Nothing needed to be perfect, everything already was. Every little step felt lighter, every ordinary street became a place worth remembering. Years later, I still have that cafe receipt. The ink has almost faded, but one word is still clear today. Funny, that's exactly what I remember. Not the date, not the year, just today. The day we forgot about time quietly became one of my favorite memories. Not because anything extraordinary happened, because nothing needed to. Sometimes the richest days leave behind the smallest souvenirs, a folded receipt, a shared smile, the sound of a little bell above a cafe door, and the wonderful feeling that for a little while the whole world forgot to hurry. I'll meet you at our favorite cafe, the one with the crooked wooden sign. The tables are still a little uneven, the coffee still takes its time, and the old clock on the wall still runs 2 minutes slow. Some things I've learned never need fixing. You always chose the seat by the window, not for the view, but because you liked watching ordinary lives pass by. You said everyone's carrying a story we'll never know. Since then I've tried to be kinder to strangers, just in case. Funny how the people we love keep teaching us, even after the conversation ends. I'll meet you at our favorite cafe whenever the world feels a little too loud. We'll let the coffee cool. Forget to check the time and watch the afternoon find its own rhythm. If happiness has an address, I think it still remembers us. The owner knows my order now. He always asks the usual, then looks toward the empty chair across from mine as if expecting someone else. I simply smile, because in a way he's right. Some company never really leaves. Outside a cyclist rings a bell. A little girl laughs at the pigeon. Someone opens a well-worn novel at the next table. The whole cafe feels like one gentle heartbeat. Peace isn't always a quiet place. Sometimes it's a familiar one. I'll meet you at our favorite cafe. Every time the seasons change, the spring flowers, the summer breeze, the autumn leaves, the winter rain, somehow they all know the way, and so do I. If life ever becomes too complicated, I'll come here, order coffee, open a book, listen to the cups clink softly together, and remember how beautiful an ordinary afternoon can be. I'll meet you at our favorite cafe, not because I'm waiting for yesterday, but because it's where I learned that love can live inside simple conversations, inside shared silence, inside the warmth of one familiar smile. The coffee will grow cold, the sun will move across the floor, another customer will open the door. The little bell will ring, and for just a moment, the whole room will feel like home. You always noticed when the bakery put fresh flowers on the front table. I always noticed the way your eyes lit up before you smiled. Neither of us ever said much about it. We just kept walking as if joy was something you didn't need to explain. Saturday mornings belong to us. Coffee in one hand, warm bread in the other. Taking the long streets for no reason at all. You called them our slow adventures. I like that because they were. Some people spend years looking for happiness. We kept finding it in places too small to appear on a map. The little things we never missed became the biggest part of us. A shared glance, a favorite song, the way you waited before crossing the street. Love didn't arrive like lightning, it arrived like morning sunlight, quietly, until everything was warm. One afternoon, the power went out at the cafe. No music, no lights, just conversations and laughter filling the room. Someone started playing an old guitar, not perfectly, honestly. You whispered, "I think this sounds better than speakers." I nodded, because some moments should never be polished, only lived. The world will always ask us to hurry. the heart almost never does. The little things we never missed still follow me today. Fresh rain on old sidewalks, books with folded pages, the smell of coffee before sunrise. Every ordinary joy still carries a little of your name. If someone asked me what love looked like, I wouldn't show them a photograph. I'd show them a quiet Saturday, 2 warm cups, 1 long walk, and enough time to notice everything. The little things we never missed turned into a beautiful life. Not because they were extraordinary, because we were there together. Now every morning offers me another chance to slow down, to look around, to smile first, and to remember that the greatest stories are almost always written one small moment at a time. The morning train arrived on time, but neither of us hurried. You stood beside me with 2 paper cups, one for you, one already warm in my hands. The station buzzed with people chasing hours, yet somehow the world gave us one quiet corner to keep for ourselves. You pointed toward the eastern sky. Look, the clouds had caught the sunrise before the buildings did. For a few short moments, the whole city forgot to be gray. So did I. Maybe hope always arrives a little earlier than we expect. We just have to look up. Wherever the light finds us, I hope it finds us slow, with open hearts, unfinished stories, and nowhere urgent to go. If tomorrow changes every plan, if every road bends new, I'll still believe the brightest days are waiting just beyond the view. Just beyond the view. We spent the afternoon in a neighborhood neither of us knew. Small bookstores, old brick walls, a bakery with warm bread cooling in the window. You bought 1 loaf just because it smells like home. We tore off pieces as we walked, laughing when the crumbs attracted birds far braver than we expected. I don't remember what day it was, only how it felt, and somehow that seems far more important. The heart never keeps calendars, it remembers feelings. Wherever the light finds us, may it find us side by side, finding wonder in ordinary streets, letting little moments be enough. Not chasing a perfect life, just living one together. Just living one together. Years from now, the names of these streets may disappear. The cafe may close, the train may stop running, but kindness leaves longer footprints than places ever do. And love, real love, keeps glowing long after the evening fades. Wherever the light finds us, They're built from ordinary mornings, shared coffee, gentle laughter, open windows, and hearts that choose each other again and again and again. So when tomorrow comes, I'll meet it the same way we always did, with hope in my hands, a smile on my face, and my eyes turned toward the light. We don't need a cart. You picked up one anyway. We're only buying 3 things. That's what you said last time. You smiled and we came home with the lamp. We needed the lamp. We absolutely did not. You laughed. We do now. Halfway through, you disappeared. I found you 3 aisles later, trying every candle that said ocean breeze. This one, they all smell the same. They absolutely don't. You're impossible. I've accepted that. You dropped one tiny candle into the cart, then another, then a blanket, then a plant that somehow needed a name before we even paid for it. We came here for dish soap, I remember. So why is there a plant? You looked at me like I was the strange one, because it looked lonely. I couldn't argue with that. The cart kept getting heavier, not with expensive things, just little pieces of a life we were building without noticing. A mug you said would be perfect for rainy mornings, a wooden tray for breakfast we'd probably never make in bed, a tiny notebook for grocery lists, no, for places we still want to visit. The cashier smile, looks like you found more than you planned. We always do. On the drive home, the trunk was somehow full. Dish soap sat beside a plant, 3 candles and a blanket. We definitely didn't need the cart. We didn't need, maybe that's us. We never leave with only what we came for. Somehow every ordinary trip turns into another reason to imagine our future, one small thing at a time. The cafe wasn't crowded, just a few familiar faces. Steam curled slowly from forgotten cups while rain tapped softly against the windows. You were reading the last few pages of a well-loved novel, pausing now and then just to watch the world outside. I asked, how do you always notice things everyone else walks past? You closed the book, thought for a second, and smiled. Maybe they're waiting for someone to notice them. I carried that answer long after the coffee was gone. Some people fill every silence. You somehow made silence feel full. You made the quiet beautiful. like it had a voice of its own. Every peaceful moment felt like somewhere I was meant to belong. No hurry, no noise, no need to be anyone else. With you, even silence knew exactly what to say. We wandered along the harbor, watching boats rock gently with the tide. A little boy threw breadcrumbs, still waiting birds, laughing every time they flew too close. You laughed too, not at him. With him, that's who you were. You never stood outside someone else's joy. You always stepped inside it. The sun broke through the clouds just before evening. Golden light covered the water, turning every ripple into something worth remembering. You whispered, look, as if beauty needed nothing more than our attention. The world never became less complicated. We simply learned where to rest. You made the quiet beautiful without ever trying to. The smallest ordinary moments always seem to bloom around you. Now every peaceful evening, every slow Sunday, every warm cup held between my hands still carries the little of your kindness. I used to think love meant finding someone who changed your life. Now I think it's finding someone who changes the way you live it, the way you walk, the way you listen, the way you see. You made the quiet beautiful, and somehow it stayed that way. Now I don't fear the slower moments, I welcome them, because that's where the best memories still find me. In the pause between songs, in the breeze before sunset, in the first sip of morning coffee, and in every gentle reminder that life was never asking me to hurry, only to notice. The weather said it might keep raining, so we packed an umbrella we forgot to open. Halfway down the sidewalk, you laughed and spun around, letting the drizzle land in your hair like it had been invited. I think we're already wet, you said with a grin, so why keep running? And somehow that felt like the best advice I'd heard in years. We ducked into a tiny record shop where old speakers filled the room with songs neither of us knew. You held up a vinyl with a faded cover and asked, do you think someone loved this enough to wear it out? I hope so, I said, I really hope so. Some moments don't ask to be remembered, they simply become the reason you smile years later. We didn't need a perfect day, just a sky that couldn't make up its mind. A little rain, a little sunshine, and enough time to walk side by side. No fancy plans, no place to be, just the quiet joy of letting life happen naturally. Later, the clouds drifted away, leaving tiny drops on every leaf. The whole neighborhood shined like glass, as if the world had quietly washed away everything unnecessary. We found a bench overlooking the river, you skipped a stone, I tried, mine sank immediately. You laughed so hard, you almost dropped your coffee. Maybe stick to singing, you teased. I was hoping you'd say that The evening slowed its heartbeat. The lights began to bloom across the water. No one spoke, no one needed to. Silence isn't empty when two hearts already understand. We didn't need a perfect day, only one. We didn't rush through the best memories, never asked to be extraordinary. They simply wait inside ordinary hours until one day you realize they became your favorite story. If I ever forget what happiness looks like, I know exactly where to find it. Not in postcards, not in photographs, but somewhere between your laughter, the sound of gentle rain, and a road with nowhere urgent to lead. We didn't need a perfect day, because perfect was never the point. It was always the little pauses, the wrong turns, the shared umbrella. We never opened the songs we couldn't name, the conversations we forgot to finish. Those were the moments that quietly became the best part of our lives. And if tomorrow brings another rainy afternoon, I hope I remember not to run. Sunday always felt different whenever you were near. The city seemed to whisper, take your time today. No rushing trains, no crowded plans, just sunlight on the sidewalk in your hand, brushing close to mine. We wander without purpose, stopping anywhere we like. A little bakery on the corner, fresh cinnamon in the air. You smiled before the first bite and closed your eyes like happiness should always be tasted slowly. We talked about the smallest dreams, a cabin by the sea, growing tomatoes that we'd probably forget to water, owning too many books, learning old songs on a second-hand guitar. None of it sounded impossible when you were saying it. Maybe love isn't built on extraordinary days. Maybe it grows inside the ordinary ones we choose again and again. Sunday looked good on us, like the morning knew our names. Every quiet hour fit together without trying to explain. No grand plans, no perfect view, just the sky, a cup of coffee, and you. If pieces ever worn a face, it looked a little like you. Clouds drifted slowly above the park. Children chased kites across the grass. An old couple shared one newspaper, laughing at something only they understood. You watched them for a little while, then softly said, I hope we never forget how to laugh at little things. I didn't answer, I just hoped you were right. The afternoon slipped into evening, street lights blinked away. One by one, you leaned against my shoulder as the buses rolled by. And somehow the whole city felt unhurried. Time never stopped, it simply learned to walk at our pace. Sunday looked good on us, like it never wanted to end. Every simple conversation felt like something worth remembering. No fireworks, no movie scene, just two hearts finding comfort sometimes forever begins with an ordinary weekend. If life is a collection of quiet afternoons, then this one will always be my favorite. Not because anything remarkable happened, but because for a little while everything already felt complete. Sunday looked good on us, and somehow it still does whenever the morning moves a little slower. Whenever fresh coffee fills the room, whenever sunlight finds an empty chair across the table, I smile, because love didn't teach me how to escape an ordinary life. It taught me how beautiful an ordinary life could be. You said my name like it had always belonged, somewhere between your smile and the morning light. Not louder than anyone else, not softer either, just with a warmth that made an ordinary word feel like coming home. I don't remember what we were talking about, something about coffee or the weather, or where to spend a free Saturday afternoon. Funny how the conversation faded, but the way you said my name never did. We wandered through the weekend market, stopping for fresh bread and little things neither of us needed. You picked up an old camera from a wooden stall and laughed. Imagine the stories this thing has seen. I looked at you instead. I thought, I'm looking at one. Some memories stay because of what happened, others stay because of how they made you feel. The way you said my name made the whole world slow down, like every busy street had finally found its quiet. I wasn't searching for forever, just one more moment to hear that familiar sound. The weeks turned into seasons, the trees changed colors, the cafe changed its menu twice, the bookstore moved across the street. Everything kept changing, except how easy it felt to walk beside you. You noticed the smallest things, a bird building a nest, a child trying to catch bubbles, the first leaf falling into autumn. You lived like every ordinary day deserved your full attention without realizing it. You taught me to do the same. Love doesn't always change the world. Sometimes it simply changes the way you look at it. The way you said my name still echoes on quiet afternoons, in every warm cafe, every sunset drive, every song I never skip. Not because I'm holding on, but because some kindness never fades. Years from now, I probably won't remember what shirt I wore or what song was playing, but I'll remember the way your eyes smiled before your voice did, the way my name sounded happier when it belonged to you. The way you said my name became more that love can live inside the smallest moments now. Whenever someone calls my name, I smile without thinking, because somewhere deep inside, part of me still hears you. The first time was the cafe, the second at the bookstore. A week later, you were standing at the farmer's market, trying to choose between sunflowers and wild daisies. You looked up, caught me smiling and laughed. Either this town is tiny, or life has a funny plan. From then on it almost became a habit. Different places, different mornings, the same familiar hello. Sometimes we talk for 5 whole minutes, sometimes just a wave. But every meeting left the rest of the day feeling lighter. Some people enter your life like a storm, others arrive like sunrise, quietly until you can't imagine the sky without them. We kept finding each other like the streets were on our side. Every little coincidence felt too perfect to call chance. No one wrote the story, no one drew the map, yet somehow every ordinary road led me back to you. One Saturday you asked, wanna walk without deciding where? I said, I thought you'd never ask. So we wandered past old brick buildings, across the little bridge, into a record shop where the owner played songs neither of us knew. He spun around, holding up a dusty vinyl sleeve. This cover looks happy, I said, then we should hear it. Maybe that's how love begins, choosing joy before certainty. Not every answer needs to come first. Sometimes the question itself is enough. We kept finding each other one ordinary day at a time. Not because the world grew smaller, but because my heart knew where to look. Every smile stayed a little longer. Every goodbye felt a little shorter. There wasn't a single dramatic moment, no movie scene, no perfect speech, just hundreds of tiny moments that quietly agreed to become one beautiful story. Looking back, that feels even more extraordinary. We kept finding each other until it no longer felt like luck. It felt like home, the kind that doesn't need an address, the kind you recognize in someone's eyes. And now whenever a cafe door opens or a bookstore bell rings, or I pass a stand of fresh flowers, I still smile. Because life has taught me something simple. The best people don't always arrive all at once. Sometimes they find you again and again, until one day you realize they never really left your side. You walked in like spring without asking for attention. The little bell above the cafe door Rain once, then everything felt brighter. You brushed the rain from your jacket, looked around the room and smiled like you'd already found exactly where you belonged. I look back down at the book in my hands, pretending to read the same page again. Funny how one ordinary moment can quietly rearrange an entire day. You ordered tea, I ordered coffee. The windows gathered tiny drops of rain outside. People hurried home inside. Time seemed happy to slow down. Life has a gentle way of introducing miracles. It lets them arrive looking completely ordinary. You walked in like spring, bringing colors. I forgot every quiet corner, found a little more light. No promises, no perfect line, just two strangers sharing the same afternoon. Sometimes love begins before either heart knows its own name. The next few weeks became familiar. A smile at the counter, a wave through the glass. Conversations that always lasted longer than we planned. You talked about the places you still wanted to see. I realized I was adding them to my own list. You laughed with your whole heart, the kind of laugh that makes other people smile without meaning to. I caught myself looking forward to Tuesdays, not because of coffee, because of you. The best stories never hurry, they simply keep finding reasons to continue. You walked in like spring, soft enough to change the air. Every little ordinary day began feeling rare. The world stayed exactly the same, only my heart learned a different rhythm. Hope returned without making a sound. Maybe this is how love grows, not in grand gestures, but in remembering how someone takes their coffee, saving them the last cookie, walking a little slower so they don't have to hurry. Tiny things, beautiful things, forever things, forever things. Ooh, you walked in like spring and somehow winter quietly let go. The trees looked greener, the mornings felt longer, even the rain sounded warm. If tomorrow brings another ordinary day, I hope it begins just like this. A familiar door, a gentle smile, and someone who changes your life without ever trying to. I was halfway through my coffee, watching people start their day. The barista knew my order before I had to say a thing. Rain had washed the streets at sunrise, now the windows caught the light. Everything felt ordinary and somehow everything felt right. A little dog pulled its owner toward a patch of yellow flowers. Two old friends shared a newspaper, laughing every couple minutes. The world wasn't trying to impress anyone, it was simply being itself. And maybe that was enough. Some days arrive without a reason, they just quietly remind you life is still beautiful. I didn't know I was smiling until somebody smiled back, like happiness had slipped into my pocket without leaving it. perfect plan, just one peaceful afternoon. Sometimes joy comes softly enough to surprise you. I took the long way home again, past the bookstore near the square. The owner waved from the doorway, I waved back without thinking. There was music floating from a second floor window, someone practicing the same chorus over and over. It wasn't perfect, neither are we. Maybe that's why it sounded honest. The evening settled over the rooftops, the city lights blinked on one by one. For years I thought healing would feel dramatic. Instead, it felt like finally exhaling. You don't notice the weight you've carried until one day it isn't there. I didn't know I was smiling, looking up at the evening sky, not because everything was easy, but because I no longer had to ask why. The stars appeared without applause, the moon climbed without a sound. Some of life's greatest moments never announced themselves. If you had met me a year ago, you'd never believe I'd stand here now, finding wonder in ordinary streets, finding hope in familiar songs, finding home inside my own heart. Maybe that's what growing means. I didn't know I was smiling until the day was almost through. The cafe closed, the lights grew warm, the sky turned midnight blue. I thanked the quiet, picked up my coat, and stepped into the night, not searching for what I lost, just grateful for everything I'd found. Because sometimes the happiest chapter doesn't begin with a miracle. It begins the moment you stop noticing that you're finally okay. I woke before the sunrise like I used to years ago. The house was quiet, the kettle hummed, and the sky was soft and slow. I opened up the curtains, let the early light come through. For the first time in a while, the morning didn't remind me only of you. Outside, the trees were swaying like they had all night long. A little bird landed on the old fence, singing its fearless song. I smiled without expecting to. It happened on its own. Sometimes healing arrives so gently you don't notice until it's home. Every broken season quietly becomes another chance to bloom. When the morning finally stayed, it painted hope across the floor. Not because the past was gone, but because it didn't hurt anymore. The sun still rose above the hills, the sky still turned to blue, and somehow I found a way to carry yesterday without losing today. I drove along the coastal highway, windows open wide. The ocean sparkled like it had been waiting for for someone to arrive. I stopped at a little roadside cafe, ordered coffee and fresh bread. The waitress asked, "Beautiful morning, isn't it?" I simply nodded, because words could never hold that feeling. A child was drawing clouds on a napkin, giving everyone a smiling face. I laughed, thinking how easy joy can look when no one teaches you to doubt it. Maybe hope was never missing, maybe it was waiting for me to slow down. When the morning finally stayed, every little thing looked new. The wind, the waves, the empty streets, even the morning dew. I still remember everything, I simply remember with peace. Some stories end, so better ones can quietly begin. Thank you for every chapter, even the ones that made me cry, because without them I might never have noticed how precious an ordinary sunrise can really be. And maybe that's the miracle, not forgetting, but learning to smile while remembering. When the morning finally stayed, I realized it had always been here, waiting behind the clouds of yesterday, patient through every tear. Now every sunrise feels like a promise, every road feels wide again. I'll keep walking, heart wide open, wherever the daylight leads. The coffee grows cold, the birds keep singing. Another day begins. I take one deep breath, turn toward the light, and finally walk with it. I almost called your number when the first leaves turned to gold. Not because I needed answers, just because the air felt old. There are seasons that remember people better than we do. One cool breeze, one familiar song, and suddenly it's you. I walked the river after sunset, hands buried in my coat. The water carried city lights like little drifting notes. A stranger smiled as we passed by, without a single word. Some kindnesses arrive so softly, they're almost never heard. Life keeps teaching the quiet lessons, the ones that never need to shout. I hope you hear this somewhere, floating on the evening wind. Every thank you I never said, every place we've ever been. If happiness has found your heart, then mine can rest there too. 'Cause loving someone sometimes means hoping life is kind to you. I found our favorite playlist hidden on an old hard drive. The songs were slightly older, but the feeling stayed alive. I didn't press repeat, I let each track keep moving, the way the stars never stay still, yet somehow never leave us. The coffee tasted stronger on a rainy afternoon. I sat beside the window watching people chase the blue. Once I would've wished you were sitting there today. I simply smiled, thankful that you once were. Healing doesn't erase the story teaches your heart how to carry it gently. I hope you hear this somewhere in the places dreams begin, between the waves above the rooftops, in the sunlight on your skin. May every road be kind to you, may every morning shine. You may not walk the world with me, but I'm still glad you walk through mine. Some people teach us how to love, others teach us how to let go. You somehow taught me both, and because of that the world feels wider, the sky feels closer, and tomorrow feels worth believing in. I hope you hear this somewhere, even if we never meet again. Not as a goodbye, not as a wish to turn the clock around, just as a quiet reminder that somewhere someone is grateful for the life you helped them find. So when the evening paints the sky, I'll look up just for a moment, not because I'm waiting anymore, but because some memories become part of the horizon. Always there, always beautiful, always enough. I still pass that little corner where we used to miss the light. You'd laugh and say, who needs perfect timing when the evening feels this right? So we'd wait another minute, watching strangers hurry home. Funny how the slowest moments became the ones I've always known. The cafe changed the sign last winter, the owner finally moved away, but I can almost hear your laughter every time I pass that place. Some buildings lose their colors, some streets forget our feet, but certain days stay quietly alive, hidden underneath. We never promised forever, we only promised today. Maybe that's why it still feels so beautifully real. We were always more than a memory, more than pictures left behind, more than words inside old letters, more than echoes lost in time. You became the way I see every sunrise after rain. Some people leave your life but never leave your heart the same. There are mornings when the sky is silver, just before the world awakes. I pour 2 cups without thinking, then smile at my own mistake. It doesn't make me lonely anymore, it makes me grateful that love can linger without asking to be held. A little girl walked past today, holding her father's hand. She pointed at a flock of birds crossing the open sky. He stopped, he looked up, he smiled, and suddenly I remembered how you taught me to notice small miracles. Maybe love never disappears, maybe it quietly becomes the eyes through which we see the world. We were always more than a memory, more than moments we outgrew. Every ordinary afternoon still carries shades of you. Not because I'm looking back, but because you helped me see how beautiful an ordinary life can truly be. I don't count the days you've been gone, I count the ways you stayed. In every kind word, every open road, every song I sing without thinking, every quiet sunset said that asked nothing except for my attention. That's where you still live. We were always more than a memory. We became a part of time, like the moon returning every evening, like the dawn that always finds the sky. Someone asked what love looks like. I won't point to yesterday, I'll point to the way. I still choose kindness, the way I still slow down for sunsets, the way I still believe the best chapters can begin on an ordinary day. Because loving you didn't leave me with something to lose. It left me with a better way to live. And every tomorrow will always carry a little of yesterday. Not as a shadow, but as a light. I found an old map in my jacket, creased from being folded small. There were coffee stains across the corners and your handwriting running through it all. You circled little places most people passed right by. You always said the best memories never come with signs. So we chased forgotten beaches, tiny towns with one cafe, roads that disappeared into fields where summer chose to stay. You collected postcards, I collected moments. Looking back, I think we were both keeping the same thing. The world was never about the distance. It was always about who walked beside you. There's a map inside my pocket, though the paper's worn away. Every line still points me toward the life you helped me make. Every turn, every sunrise, every little roadside view still whispers, keep on going. There's something beautiful waiting for you. These days I travel lighter, less luggage, less hurry. I've learned not every answer needs to arrive today. Sometimes the best afternoons begin with no destination, just a full tank, an open sky, and enough courage to wander. I stop beside a quiet overlook, watching the hills fade into evening. A young couple laugh nearby, taking blurry photos they'll treasure someday. I smile because I recognize that kind of happiness, the kind that doesn't realize it's becoming a memory. Life keeps moving, soft and steady. Its greatest gifts rarely announce themselves. Oh, there's a map inside my pocket, drawn with hope instead of ink. Every mile still reminds me to slow down and really think, not about the things I've lost, but all the love I've known. 'Cause every road worth taking always feels a little like home. If I could leave one thing behind, it wouldn't be a famous name, it would be a trail of kindness, a handful of songs and a few places someone else might fall in love with. Maybe that's enough. There's a map inside my pocket, even though it's almost gone. Its edges may be fading, but its story still goes on. I'll keep following those quiet roads where wonder still survives, because the greatest journeys aren't measured by where they end. They're measured by how deeply they teach us to love this slip it back into my pocket and keep walking, knowing the best destination has never been a place. It has always been the person I became along the way. I saw your favorite bookstore still standing on the corner. The little bell above the door still sang the same hello. The shelves were rearranged, the paint was fresh and new, but somehow every quiet aisle still reminded me of you. You always picked the stories with folded, weathered pages. You said the best adventures had already been loved once. I'd tease you for taking forever to choose just one to bring home, while secretly hoping the afternoon would never end. Funny how a place can keep the sound of someone's laughter long after they've gone. If tomorrow finds us again, I won't ask where you've been. I'll just smile like no time was ever lost, like the years were only learning how precious love can be. If tomorrow finds us again, you'll still find the same heart in me. The city wears a different skyline now. New cafes, new lights, new names above the doors. But every evening when the streets begin to glow, I remember how we'd walk for hours without needing anywhere to go. You once told me don't spend your life waiting for perfect moments. Notice the ordinary ones, they're the ones you'll miss the most. I didn't understand it then, now I carry those words like a compass. Some lessons only bloom after enough seasons pass. If tomorrow finds us again, I'll have 1,000 stories, not about success or all the places I've been, but about the little joys you taught me not to miss. Because loving you changed the way I learn to live. Maybe we'll never meet again. Maybe this is enough to know that somewhere someone helped shape the person I became. Some people leave footprints. You left a way of seeing the world. If tomorrow finds us again, 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 whether for a moment or a lifetime, I'll thank the road that brought us there. And if tomorrow never comes that way, that's okay too. Because every sunrise feels a little brighter, every quiet cafe feels a little warmer, every handwritten note, every open window, every drive beneath the painted sky still carries a gentle piece of you. And that's more than enough to keep smiling into tomorrow. You started with a melody, just humming through a smile. I found a rhythm on the table, keeping time for a while. You laughed and said, don't stop now, this could be our favorite song. So we filled the room with borrowed chords and sang until the night was gone. We never wrote the ending, we never named the tune. It lived between our conversations, floating underneath the moon. Some songs don't need perfection, some stories don't need rhyme. They only need two hearts believing this moment is enough. Looking back, it wasn't just the music, it was the way you made silence feel alive. The song we never finished still plays inside my mind. Every note finds its way back, no matter how much time goes by. Though the pages stayed unwritten, the feeling never changed. Some melodies don't need an ending, they were beautiful just the same. Just the same. I found that old guitar leaning in the corner, a little worn, a little out of tune. The strings complain these days, but somehow they still remember the way your fingers used to dance across them. I closed my eyes and played the first few chords. The room grew quiet as if it recognized an old friend coming home. Outside, the rain tapped gently against the window, not asking to come in, just reminding me that even passing storms can sound beautiful to the right heart. Maybe every memory has its own heartbeat. Maybe music is simply love refusing to disappear. The song we never finished still knows every word. Even all the ones we never spoke can somehow still be heard. If another life has one more verse, I'll gladly sing it through, because every unfinished melody still leads me back to you. Life kept changing keys, people came and went, but there are choruses the soul refuses to forget. Not because they hurt, because they healed. Maybe that's what love becomes, a quiet harmony you carry into every tomorrow. The song we never finished never really needed an end. It became the soundtrack to every road I learned to walk again. Now when strangers sing along to songs they've always known, I smile, because somewhere ours is drifting too. Not on the radio, not on the stage, but in the spaces between kind words. Late night drives, open windows, and hopeful hearts. Some songs are written with ink, ours was written with life. You called and said, don't make any plans. So I grabbed my keys and met you by the lake. You wore that faded denim jacket even though the air was warm. You laughed and said, I like how it remembers me. We skipped the busy highways, taking every slower road. Wildflowers leaned into the wind like they were waving us along. The window stayed rolled down, the music wasn't loud. We sang the wrong words anyway, and somehow that made them right. Back then we thought forever was just another weekend. We never knew Those little days would become the ones we'd carry forever. We saved our summers in the sky, painting dreams across the blue. Every sunset kept a secret, every golden hour knew. Though the seasons learned to change, those colors never faded. Every time I lift my eyes, I find a little piece of you. We bought ice cream from a roadside stand, then raced to beat the melting sun. You always finished first, then stole a bite of mine, pretending it wasn't obvious. I never minded. Some things taste better when they're shared. Years of scattered different stories across our lives, different cities, different windows, different morning skies. Still, whenever August arrives, oh, the evening light feels strangely familiar, as if the world remembers us too. Some memories don't grow older, they simply grow brighter. We saved our summers in the sky, where the clouds still know our names. Every breeze carries echoes that the years could never change. Though tomorrow keeps unfolding, one truth still shines through. The best part of every summer was always sharing it with you. If happiness could choose a photograph, I know exactly which one it would keep. Two shadows, one long road, a fading sun and laughter, too honest to ever disappear. I don't wish to live there again. I'm just grateful that we did. We saved our summers in the sky, where no goodbye can reach. Every sunrise borrows colors from the days you gave to me. So I'll keep looking upward, no matter where I go, because every evening sky still quietly reminds me that beautiful moments never really end. They simply become the light we carry home. The stars appear one after another. I whisper, that was a good day. And somehow the sky still seems to agree. Always chose the window, saying sunsets look better there. I'd smile and take the other side, just happy you were near. The engine softly started, the city drifted by. You reached across to turn the radio up and sang before the chorus arrived. Every road had its own story, every mile became a memory. We never needed perfect plans, we just needed a little time and somewhere to go. Some people chase the next destination. We fell in love with the ride itself. Your seat is still beside me, even when I'm driving alone. Every turn still feels familiar, like your heart never really went home. The miles keep rolling on, the seasons rearrange, but love has funny ways of staying long after everything has changed. I passed the lookout above the ocean, where we watched the evening fade. You said, if life gets complicated, promise me you'll keep chasing beautiful days. Back then it sounded simple, now I know you were teaching me how to carry hope without holding on too tightly. I still order 2 coffees sometimes before I catch myself and smile. Old habits don't disappear, they simply grow a little kinder with time. The heart remembers without trying. The smallest moments never really leave. You see it still beside me. Every sunrise proves it's true. Every quiet road feels lighter because it once was shared with you. Though the world keeps moving forward, some things stay the same. I still find pieces of forever hidden inside your name. Maybe goodbye isn't a closed door. Maybe it's a window left open for gratitude. Maybe missing someone is another way of saying I'm thankful you existed. So I keep driving, not to escape, not to forget, but because you taught me that life keeps blooming beyond the bend. You see it still beside me, not as sadness, but as light, a quiet reminder that the best love doesn't disappear, it changes shape. Now every road feels a little warmer, every skyline looks a little brighter, and every journey carries a part of you. Wherever tomorrow takes me, I park beneath the evening sky, turn off the engine, listen to the silence, then smile. Because somehow it never feels like I'm traveling alone. We left before the morning, while the stars were hanging low. You tossed your bag into the back and said, let's just see where this goes. No destination written, no schedule to obey, just two hearts in an old car, stealing time away. The highway wore its silver lines like songs we never heard. You traced circles on the window glass while softly humming words. The mountains greeted sunrise, the ocean caught the light. Some days don't ask to be remembered, they simply become your life. We weren't searching for something missing, we were learning how beautiful enough could be. The road knew our names long before we spoke them out loud. Every mile felt like another page in a story we were writing now. No finish line, no race to win, just the sky, your smile, and the wind. If love has ever found a home, it was somewhere on that road. We stopped beside a tiny diner with faded wooden floors. The waitress asked the usual, like we'd been there before. We laughed about how strangers sometimes know us best. A warm cup, a little rain, and nothing left to prove. The afternoon turned golden, shadows stretched across the fields. You leaned your head against my shoulder. The silence felt complete. I realized then that happiness never arrived all at once. It gathered slowly like sunlight, filling every corner. Years may change the map we follow, but not the roads that changed our hearts. So the road knew our names even after all this time. Every turn still carries echoes of your hand inside of mine. Wherever life may lead me next, I'll never lose those simple days, 'cause every mile we share together still lights my way. how the air still remembers the dreams we carry. Maybe places never forget the people who love them well. The road knew our names and maybe it always will. Every sunrise on the windshield still gives my heart that quiet thrill. Those seasons pass and stories grow. Some journeys never truly end. They keep unfolding every time I choose to smile again. So if you ever find yourself driving with nowhere to be, roll down the window, let the evening breeze carry your worries away. You might discover, like we once did, that the most beautiful roads are the ones that simply bring you closer to yourself. You left the window open so the morning could come in. The curtains caught the summer breeze and danced across your skin. You smiled before you saw me, like the sunrise knew your name. I wish the world could stay that small and never have to change. The coffee slowly cooled while we talked about nothing. The little things always seem to mean the most somehow. Your laugh filled every quiet space without even trying. I never knew a simple day could feel so unforgettable. No fireworks, no grand goodbye, just ordinary moments turning into my whole life. You left the window open and love walked through so easily, like the wind that always known exactly where to leave. Now every morning light still finds me where you stood. Some hearts never really leave, they simply become the view. Years have found their way between us, different cities, different skies. Still I catch myself looking up whenever birds fly by. Funny how one open window can outlive every season. Some memories don't ask permission, they simply stay. I drove past our old neighborhood last Sunday afternoon. The maple tree has grown much taller, the mailbox painted blue. Someone else calls that house home now, but I smiled instead of grieving. Love was never trapped inside those walls, it kept on breathing. Time changes everything we see, except the moments that quietly changed me. You left the window open and hope came floating in. Every little ray of light still feels like an old friend. Though life keeps moving on, some mornings understand. I still hear your laughter riding softly on the wind. If I could borrow one more afternoon, I'd never ask for anything extraordinary. Just your hand resting beside mine, the radio humming, the world taking its time. Maybe happiness was never loud, maybe it always lived inside the quiet. You left the window open and I finally understand. Love isn't measured by how long it stays, but by the way it changes who we are. So every sunrise feels feels like hello. And every open window reminds me some beautiful things never really close. The light slips across the floor. I open the window just a little wider. Somewhere another morning begins, and somehow it still feels like you're here. You said, meet me by the old train tracks, like we were 17 again. No plans, no map, just borrowed time and worn out canvas shoes. The moon was already climbing, even before the sun had gone. You smiled and said, some nights know exactly where they belong. We walked for miles without counting. We let the silence do the talking. The world kept rushing somewhere else, but we stayed right where our hearts could hear. Funny how the years keep changing faces, but somehow leave the best ones untouched. We grew up with the moon, learning dreams beneath its light, making promises that sounded endless on those summer nights. Though the roads have carried us apart, they never stole who we are. Every time the moon comes through, it brings me back to you. I found an old photograph pressed inside a paper bag. Your hair was caught by the evening wind, and you were laughing at something I forgot. Maybe that's the point, not every memory needs perfect detail. Some survive simply because they made us feel alive. Now I pass that little station, the benches change, the signs are newer, but every passing train still sounds like unfinished conversations. Some people measure life in years, I measure mine in moments you were near. We grew up with the moon, learning dreams beneath its light, holding on to little hopes that somehow still feel right. If tomorrow finds us far away, the sky will stay the same. Every silver midnight view still brings me back to you. Maybe growing older isn't losing who we were. Maybe it's discovering how far those echoes travel. Every wish we whisper to the stars still shines somewhere beyond what we can see. And I don't miss the past itself, I miss how fearless our hearts believe. Still, I wouldn't trade these memories for anything. We grew up with the moon, and somehow it still remembers us. Every quiet beam of light feels like an old familiar touch. Wherever life may lead me now, whatever roads I choose, I'll always find a piece of home beneath the moon with you. 'Cause after all these years, the moon still knows our names. I took the long way home again, just to watch the evening fade. The sky was painted gold and blue, like memories that never age. The streets were loud, but somehow soft, as if they knew your name. Every passing window held another little frame. I still stop at that little coffee shop, even though they changed the chairs. The old man smiles, pours my usual cup like you've never disappeared. Funny how the smallest places keep the biggest parts of us. No one else would notice, but I always do. Maybe love doesn't really leave. Maybe it just learns a quieter way to breathe. Every light led me home, every road carried your shadow. Every song on the radio found another reason not to let go. If tomorrow calls my name, I'll still smile the same. 'Cause every step I've ever known somehow led me home. I found your letter inside an old blue jacket, folded just the way you always did. The paper's worn, the ink is faded, but every word still lives. You wrote, don't be afraid of all the roads ahead. If we're meant to meet again, we'll never really end. Some nights I still believe that. Some nights I almost hear your laugh. The wind keeps bringing little pieces of the life we used to have. Time keeps moving like the tide. Love keeps finding places left inside. Every light led me home, every road carried your shadow. Every song on the radio found another reason not to let go. If tomorrow calls my name, I'll still smile the same. 'Cause every step I've ever known somehow led me home. Maybe home was never just a place. Maybe home was written on your face. Every goodbye left another star, quietly reminding who we are. I don't chase the days behind me, I let them walk beside me now. Every sunrise feels a little warmer. Every silence speaks somehow. Every light led me home, even after all the seasons. Every dream still carries hope, even when I can't explain the reasons. If another chapter waits, I'll open every page. 'Cause loving you didn't end the story, it simply showed me how beautiful the journey could be. The night grows still, the city slowly sleeps. I whisper thank you to nobody I can see. Then I smile, turn toward tomorrow, knowing every road, every light, every memory led me exactly where I was meant to be. coffee was too hot, the train was too crowded, my meeting ran 30 minutes late. The kind of day that usually drains everything out of me. Then my phone buzzed, guess what? That was it. No context, no explanation, just 2 words. I smiled, what happened? You replied, I'll tell you later. For the next few hours I kept wondering, did you get the job? Did your package arrive? Did your sister finally call? By the time we met that evening, I had guessed at least 20 things. You laughed, you're terrible at this, I know. So what was it? You reached into your bag and pulled out a tiny keychain, a little yellow duck. I walked past it and it reminded me of you. I stared at it. Why? You shrugged. It made me smile. And you always make me smile. So now it's yours. It cost almost nothing, but somehow it became the favorite thing on my keys. The best part of my day was never the meeting ending. We're getting home, we're crossing things off my list. The best part of my day was always finding out what made you think of me. Sometimes it was a song, sometimes a sunset, sometimes a stupid little keychain that looked absolutely nothing like me. But every time it reminded me that somewhere in the middle of your ordinary day, I had quietly crossed your mind. And honestly, I couldn't think of a better place to be. I caught myself taking the usual road, not because it was faster, because it passed the corner where you always waited for me. The cafe changed its menu, the bookstore painted the front door, even the old florist was gone. Funny how a whole neighborhood can change without asking. Some days I still expect to see you standing there, hands in your pockets, looking up every few seconds to see if I'm coming. Home is you, it always was, not the apartment, not the city, not the street with our favorite lights. Home is you, somehow every place feels more familiar when you're in it. We don't do anything extraordinary. We buy groceries, we miss buses, we argue about what to eat. We replay the same songs until we both know every word. Maybe that's why I never noticed the exact moment I fell in love. Nothing dramatic happened, one ordinary day just quietly became another, then another, then another, until I realized I wasn't looking forward to weekends anymore. I was looking forward to you. Home is you. The first face I wanna see after a long day. The first voice I look for when something good happens. The place my heart keeps returning to. before my feet. You missed your stop, I looked up, I did. The train doors closed again. You tried not to laugh, you weren't even looking outside. I got distracted by what? I looked at you. You covered your face. That's such a bad line. It wasn't a line, it wasn't. You laughed anyway. The train kept moving, neither of us pressed the button to get off at the next station. So, yeah? Where are we going now? No idea, I kinda like that answer. We stayed on for 3 more stops, watching neighborhoods change outside the window. Tiny bookstores, basketball courts, people carrying groceries, a kid waving at the train for no reason. You waved back. I don't think he can see you, I know, but maybe he smiled anyway. That sounded exactly like you. When we finally stepped onto an unfamiliar platform, you stretched your arms. I've never been here. Me neither. Perfect. We found a little cafe hidden between 2 old buildings. No reviews, no line, just warm lights and the smell of fresh bread. This place is nice. It is. You know what? I'm kinda glad you missed your stop. I smiled. So am I on the ride home. I kept thinking about how close I came to getting off at the right station. Funny, sometimes love isn't finding the right destination. Sometimes it's looking up a little too late and realizing the best part of your day was never on the schedule. You busy tomorrow? You asked it like it wasn't a big deal. I checked my calendar, a meeting at 10. Lunch with my sister, a deadline I was already avoiding. I looked back at your message. When? After work? Yeah, I can do after work. A few seconds later your reply came. Perfect, that was it. No long conversation, no planning, no countdown. Still, the rest of my day felt lighter. The meeting ended, the deadline survived. Even traffic didn't seem that annoying, because somewhere around 7 I'd get to see you. I found you outside the station. You've been waiting long? 3 songs. What? I measured time in playlists. I laughed. That's oddly specific. You rubbed off on me. We wandered without deciding where to eat. You pointed at a place we'd never tried. It might be terrible. It might. Wanna risk it? Always. The food was just okay. The conversation wasn't. It was perfect. We laughed about old photos, planned a trip we'd probably postpone, and argued over whether pineapple belonged on pizza. It doesn't. You still disagreed. When it was time to leave, you looked at me. Same time tomorrow, I smiled. You literally just asked me that yesterday. I know, so I liked your answer. See you tomorrow. Maybe those words don't sound like a love song, but every time you asked, they quietly became my favorite promise. Not forever, not always, just tomorrow. And somehow that was more than enough. can keep it. I looked up. What? My jacket. You'll need it, you'll bring it back. I will. You always say that you smiled. I know. The rain had stopped 10 minutes ago. The sidewalk still reflected every light from the buildings above. When I got home, I hung your jacket over the chair. I meant to give it back. The next day, then work got busy, then you got busy, then somehow a whole week went by. One night I walked past it on my way to the kitchen. I stopped, it still smelled like rain and your perfume and that tiny bakery we'd hidden inside while waiting for the storm to pass. Funny how a jacket can remember an evening better than we can. You finally texted, so my jacket? Oh, I forgot. Liar. Maybe you can keep it a little longer. You sure? I kinda like knowing it's there. The next weekend you came over. The first thing you did was put it on. You said I could keep it. I changed my mind. Too late, it looks better on you. You laughed. I know. We stood there arguing over a jacket neither of us actually wanted to take home, because it was never about the jacket. It was about having one more reason to come back, one more excuse to knock on each other's door. Your jacket still smells like rain, and every time the weather changes I remember that some storms don't leave cold memories. Some leave behind the kind you secretly hope never fade. I think that's mine. You look down at the cup in your hand. No. You took one sip. Definitely no. The barista called my name. We both looked at the counter. Two identical cups. One tiny mistake, guess we're swapping. You handed me yours, I handed you mine. You hate caramel, I do. You'll survive, I probably will. You tasted mine, okay, I get it now, right? I've been ordering the wrong drink my whole life. I laughed, welcome to the good side. We sat by the window, watching people rush through another Monday. A guy spilled his coffee, someone missed the bus. A little girl was trying to keep up with her dad. The city kept moving, we didn't, you know. You said, I think you've changed me because of coffee, not just coffee. You looked at the cup again. I try things now, you always did. No, I do now, because you're always saying, just take one sip, so I do. I smiled, funny, I thought we were only sharing drinks. Turns out we'd been sharing a little bit of ourselves. Every time the wrong coffee order, it wasn't wrong for very long. Somewhere between your first sip and your second, it quietly became your favorite too. Maybe that's what love feels like. Not becoming the same person, just discovering new parts of yourself, because someone gently said, here, try this. And somehow you end up liking it more than you expected. You checked the weather 3 times, so it said no rain. You looked up, 1 drop, then another. Within seconds, the sidewalk was shining. You laughed, I knew it. You literally just said it wasn't supposed to rain. I know, but somehow I still knew. We ran for exactly 5 seconds, then stopped. Why are we running? I don't know. We're already soaked. Good point. So we slowed down. The rain wasn't heavy, just enough to make the city look brand new. Street lights blurred into gold. Car tires hummed across the wet pavement. You reached out to catch the rain in your hand. I used to do this when I was little. Does it still work? What? Does it still make you happy? You looked at me, then at your hand. Yeah, it kinda does. We passed a tiny bakery. The windows fogged up from the warmth inside. Hot chocolate. You read my mind? No, I've just known you long enough. We sat by the window, watching strangers run through the rain, while our jackets stripped onto the floor. You wrapped both hands around your cup. I like days that don't go the way we planned. Really? They usually end up being better. I thought about it, the missed turns, the late buses, the grocery trips that took 2 hours, the movies we never finished, the songs we replayed all the way home. You were right, the rain started anyway, so did another memory. Maybe love isn't finding someone who makes life go according to plan. Maybe it's finding someone who makes you smile when the forecast gets it wrong. We don't need a cart. You picked up one anyway. We're only buying 3 things. That's what you said last time. You smiled and we came home with the lamp. We needed the lamp. We absolutely did not. You laughed. We do now. Halfway through, you disappeared. I found you 3 aisles later, trying every candle that said ocean breeze. This one, they all smell the same. They absolutely don't. You're impossible. I've accepted that. You dropped one tiny candle into the cart, then another, then a blanket, then a plant that somehow needed a name before we even paid for it. We came here for dish soap, I remember. So why is there a plant? You looked at me like I was the strange one, because it looked lonely. I couldn't argue with that. The cart kept getting heavier, not with expensive things, just little pieces of a life we were building without noticing. A mug, you said, would be perfect for rainy mornings. A wooden tray for breakfast we'd probably never make in bed. A tiny notebook for grocery lists, no, for places we still want to visit. The cashier smiled. Looks like you found more than you planned. We always do. On the drive home, the trunk was somehow full. Dish soap sat beside a plant, 3 candles and a blanket. We definitely didn't need the cart. We didn't need, maybe that's us. We never leave with only another reason to imagine our future, one small thing at a time. The shorelines, I know. So why this one? You pointed to the cashier at the very end. She remembers us. I looked over, the cashier smiled before we even got there. Back again, you laughed, just for a few things. Our basket said otherwise, coffee beans, fresh flowers, orange juice, frozen dumplings, the cookies you always pretend you aren't buying. You definitely put those in. I have no idea what you're talking about, liar. Can you prove it? No, exactly. The cashier scanned our groceries. She picked up the flowers, special occasion. I looked at you, you looked at me, then you answered no. We just like having flowers, he smiled. I think that's even better. On the way home you held the bouquet like it was fragile. You know what's weird? What? We never wait for birthdays to do nice things. You don't have to, I know, that's my favorite part. Your favorite checkout line, not because it was faster, not because it was closer, because somewhere between paper or plastic and have a nice evening, it started feeling like another place where life quietly happened with you. When we got home, you put the flowers in the little glass vase by the window. The apartment looked exactly the same, except somehow it felt brighter. Maybe love isn't built from unforgettable days. Maybe it's built from ordinary evenings, fresh flowers and choosing the longest checkout line, just because you like the extra minute together. Together. We only need milk. That's it. No snacks, no snacks. 5 minutes later you were holding a bag of chips. I thought we agreed, we did. So this doesn't count. How? It's for tomorrow. I laughed, that's not how groceries work. We wandered every aisle anyway. You spent 3 minutes trying to decide between 2 kinds of pasta. I picked the cheaper one, you secretly switched it back. You noticed, I always notice, you let me do it. I usually do. At the bakery, you handed me a warm piece of bread. Try it, it's too hot, I know. You're trying to burn me, I'm trying to make you smile. Mission accomplished, the cashier looked up. Did you find everything? You answered before I could. More than we planned, she laughed. So does everyone. By the time we walked outside, the automatic doors locked behind us. We closed the store, you know. You said, I kinda like being the last ones. The parking lot was almost empty, just us. One shopping cart, too many groceries for 2 people who only came for milk. We closed the grocery store. Somehow that felt like winning at something completely unimportant. We closed the grocery store, and on the drive home I realized my favorite dates never happened at expensive restaurants or perfect vacations. They happened under bright supermarket lights, arguing about cereal, sharing warm bread, and forgetting what we came for, because I kept getting distracted by you. By you. It was colder than either of us expected. You crossed your arms, I should have brought a jacket. I told you, I know, you never listen. I know, I took off my hoodie here. You'll be cold, I'll survive. You always say that because it's true. You put it on the sleeves, covered your hands. You look ridiculous, you look down. So do I, a little. You smiled, good. We kept walking, you slipped your phone into the front pocket, found an old receipt, a movie ticket, 2 coins. You carry the weirdest stuff, I forgot those were there. I can tell the wind picked up. You pulled the hood over your head. I might keep this for tonight, maybe longer. I knew it. You weren't getting it back anyway. A week later, I came over. You opened the door wearing my hoodie. Oh, you noticed it still has my name on the tag. I know, so can I have it back? So can I have it back? You thought for exactly 1 second? No, wow, I've already claimed it. I laugh, that's stealing, it's borrowing. Forever, something like that. You stole my hoodie, I pretended to want it back. Truth is, I like seeing you wear something that smelled a little like me. Funny how love sometimes looks less like flowers or fancy dinners, and more like an oversized hoodie that quietly becomes someone else's favorite thing to wear.